Life insurance is something that families need when the children are young and they're still working. But I've always wondered if life insurance might be something I need in my retirement years. I've invited Tony Moreno to help me understand if there's a need for life insurance later in life. Tony, welcome.
Thanks
so
for
let's
having me.
talk about this. I mean, I know, when my husband and I were having our family and starting our family, we knew that it was important to go ahead and get life insurance. And I think parents understand that, the need for their children in case something should happen to them. But what about as you get older in retirement? Is it still needed?
Well, that's actually a very good question, because you are correct. You know, when most people will think about life insurance when they have little children, they're, want to protect them, for college education, income protection for the spouse. As they get older, the theory is you're not going to need as much life insurance. When in fact, we have many clients that reach the age of 60, 65 that still have a need, because you have to insure for income for the spouse. Because remember, when one of the spouses pass, you lose a Social Security. A lot of retirees have pension plans that you want to protect as well, because sometimes those pensions will go away or get reduced significantly. Another reason to have life insurance when you're older is to provide estate liquidity to pay off debt. As you know, people are living longer, so you have medical costs and things like that, which really become a concern for many retirees. So the way to determine the best way to see how much you need or if you need it is you really need to either talk to your advisor or go and there's calculators now called capital needs analysis. Okay. That you can go, Google capital needs calculator, and you can probably do it online as well.
One thing I've always, thought is that to have life insurance when you're older, it's really costly. Mm-hmm. Is it?
It is.
Okay.
and because, obviously when you're younger, if you buy life insurance in your 30s, the odds of you dying are slim to none. But as you get older now, you're getting a little closer. So for a 60-year-old or a 70-year-old, it becomes pretty expensive. So usually we recommend our clients to look at life insurance, plan ahead, because not only do you have to look at your age, but there's also insurability risk. Okay. As you know, when you apply for life insurance, you have to be healthy, and if
exactly,
and if you're
what
not
if
healthy,
you're not?
You can't get it.
You can't get it.
Yeah. So
okay.
that's really the challenge for as you get older.
Now, some of the terms out there are term and permanent insurance. Okay. Let's explain this to folks. The big debate. What is the difference, and for someone who's over the age of 65, what might work better for them?
Yeah, and that is correct. It is a big debate. And 30 years ago, it used to be fairly simple. You had term insurance. You had what is called whole life. I'm going to change the terminology a little bit, and I would say there's two categories: temporary insurance and then permanent insurance.
Oh, that's easier to
because there's and it's complex, and I'm not going to get into all the different types, but typically term insurance or temporary coverage is for a finite period of time. So let's say you're 30 or 40 and you want to buy insurance for the next 20 years because you feel that's when you have the greatest need.
Right.
It's very cost effective, and it's a really good solution for most families because it's affordable, it's a foundation of their financial plan, yeah. And it's something that they can grow into. But at some point that term will expire, and let's say you're now 60, and just like we just discussed, now you're 20 years older, and it's also much more difficult to obtain. Okay. So permanent insurance is something that you will typically cost more. Like I said, there's many different types, and there are some additional benefits with those types of insurance, but the key benefit is that the insurance will not expire. Okay. So it doesn't matter how old you are, if designed properly and funded adequately, you should have insurance the day you die.
Now, I know we have term insurance, and as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, okay, well, when should I be looking at this again? How often should people be reviewing their plans?
Most people should review it along with their estate plan. So, if you have wills and trusts, and as there are life changes or whatever it is, you should review it. But okay. Life insurance is part of your financial plan. So you should, depending on the type of coverage you have, like there's now investment grade type policies, and that's all driven by market conditions. So obviously that has to be reviewed
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Versus if you have term insurance, that's just more of a matter of, you know, do you maintain the coverage? Do you have to increase it? Do you convert it? I mean, these are all things. And one of the good things about term insurance is, depending on the company, you could also convert it without any proof of health.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know.
So that's also something that's good to know, because a lot of people will just let their insurance expire without knowing all their options.
All right. Well, we could be talking about this forever.
Yes.
I know. How can folks reach you?
Well, our office is located downtown, and our phone number is 407-246-1515.
All right. Tony Moreno, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Great
much.
information about life insurance. I know I've learned something. Hopefully you have as well.